Hello fellow farmers, welcome to Frenat Farms. Today we are going to look at how to make so much money from just a piece of land in any part of Ghana that you find yourself, or even if you find yourself in any part of the world. Showbouy is going to help us. Stay tuned.
Viewers, we are going to that Showbouy farm, as you know, the educated farmer. Today we are here to educate the viewers how to use a small piece of land to make more money. That's what we are going to talk about. And getting piece of land will help you to get more money. So that is what we are going to talk about today. As you can see, now I am harvesting my okra. The same piece of land. I have used the same land for another crop. And I know that by the time 1 or 2 months, by the time the okra finishes, then another crop will also take over. So I am enjoying okra money now. By the next 2 months, I am going to enjoy another money from another crop on the same piece of land. So let's see. This is okra. I planted this okra in December 20th. I planted this okra December 20th. Today is February. We are harvesting. This is about 5th time of harvesting my okra. Today is the 5th time, and I'm going to harvest this okra for a period of 2 months. And this type of okra lasts longer. This one different from the papaya I planted the last time. A papaya, that okra starts fruiting early, but it doesn't last longer. But this okra doesn't fruit early, but it lasts longer. Look at the okra. This okra doesn't start fruiting early, but it lasts longer. So sometimes when you are doing okra, you have to use different crop to see how profitable each of them will be. So last year I tried papaya, and now I want to try this one and see. But I can see that the difference between the papaya and this one. The difference between a papaya and this one. A papaya will never grow tall. A papaya will never grow tall like this. By the time a papaya gets to this level, you don't have any fruit on it. But look at this one. Look at this one. It will be even taller than myself. But you will still be harvesting. So this is the type of okra I have noticed, or I have seen that it is going to boost my production. And the more your production goes high, then you are going to get more money. So let's put this one aside and see. You see, I have a maize here. As you can see, look at it. I have maize. I planted maize here in lines. As you see, this is my 2 weeks maize. You see, 2 weeks maize here on the same piece of land. This is about 1.5 acre maize okra farm, and at the same time I have planted all the farm with maize, meaning I have 1 acre okra farm and 1 acre maize farm. I have 2 different crops on the same piece of land. And as you can see, I also have oil palmolive over there. I also have oil palmolive there. Look at one piece of land. Have oil palm nursery here. So it means that you have to use agricultural mathematical formula. This is the formula I'm using now. So if you use the right formula, you are going to get the right answer. Farming in dry season is very, very difficult, but very, very profitable. Farming in the dry season, it is very, very difficult, but very, very profitable. So I have my okra here. and I have my maize here. Let me tell you one strategy that you can apply, whereby you can get different crops on the same piece of land. One, make sure whatever you want to plant, you plant them in lines. Whatever you want to plant them in lines. As you can see, the okra are in lines. Yes, my okra are all in lines. My okra are all in lines. So when you plant them in lines, meaning there will be some enough spaces there. There will be some enough spaces there, whereby you can plant different crops in between. And now the okra I have also the maize I have also planted are in lines. So it won't be as where you'll be planting them anyhow. So that's the one strategy. One strategy. Plant them in lines, so that advantage of planting them in lines is that the movement in the field will be very easy for you, and working in the farm will also be easy for you. That is one strategy that you can apply or do, whereby you can plant different crops on the same piece of land. Two, another strategy that you can also use to plant 2 or 3 more crops on the same piece of land is that never plant the 2 crops or 3 crops at the same time. Yes, never plant the 2 crops at the same time. So when you do that, meaning both of them will grow simultaneously at the same time, and one will overshadow the other. But you see, I planted this one in November. I planted the okra in December. Sorry, I planted the okra in December, and the maize, I planted the maize in February. You see, now I am harvesting the okra, but the maize are very, very small. Look at the maize. You see, look at the maize. This 10 days to almost 2 weeks old. So meaning it will affect any crop. You get the yield for the okra, and you also get the yield for the maize. So by the time I finish harvesting my okra, then the maize will also take over. And you see, one piece of land within a specific period of time, I'm going to get 2 different income from the same farm. And the next one I want to also talk about is the maintenance aspect. Yes, you see, when we talk about the maintenance, the weeds are also part of it. So when I was about to plant the maize, I did spraying, that is weedicide. So if you don't make sure the weeds are being controlled, then the weeds, because you are planting the maize while the okra are also on the same piece of land, the weeds will be coming. So make sure you control the weeds before you plant the second crop. If you don't control the weeds before you plant the second crop, meaning when you germinate, the weeds will cover the second crop. So ensure that the weeds are being controlled before the second crop are planted. That is another strategy that you can also use to have 2 or more crops on the same piece of land. And the other one I want to also talk about is, you see, farming the dry season, as I said, it is very, very difficult. It is very, very difficult, but very, very profitable. So ensure that you get source of water. So when you get a source of water that can irrigate your farm for you, then you are free to go. Because January, I did watering every 3 days. So when it continues for a longer period, meaning you see the land will be somehow well soaked. So when you plant the second crop, meaning it will get enough water to germinate or grow faster. So let's adopt this strategy. Yes, let's adopt this strategy, because this strategy is so far best. Yes, so far. Don't wait you finish harvesting all your okra before you start planting another thing. So look at the timing. And the last one is about the timing. The last one. The last one I want to talk about is the timing. Because if you want nowadays, if you want to get high price for your vegetable, as I said, start in December, January, that way you'll be okay. So I started this one in December, February, I'm doing harvesting. But now the maize is not available at the market. The maize. So by March, April, my maize will also be ready. My maize will also. So when you time it very well, your pocket will be free with money. Because after harvesting the okra, the next this one will take over. So what I'm going to do is that after the okra, I'm going to nest garden eggs. I'm going to nest garden eggs. So when the maize are also ready for marketing, then the moment I start harvesting, then I just do my planting of my garden eggs. So let's try to apply this method on our farm, because we have been doing monocropping. When we say monocropping, is planting single commodity, because monocropping. You start doing your okra, you harvest. After harvesting, you have to nest another crop for about 2 or 3 months before you know it will not help us to get better income for our farming. So let's stop monocropping farming and do multi-purpose cropping farming, so that our farming will be consistent, and always there will be a crop which we will send it to market every day. And I'll show you that when you try this in your farming, you enjoy agriculture so much. What I want to also emphasize about how to control the insect is that don't try to use the same insecticide for the same crop. Don't use that, because they have insecticides which are good for okra, and the same insect cannot be applied on the maize. So when I'm using my I use some insecticide like Sampelifos. It will be okay for the okra, but the same Sampelifos which I use on my okra will not be good for the maize. So you have to use different insecticide for the okra. So let's observe this, so that we will not be confused about how to apply our insecticides on our okra. You see, do multi-purpose cropping on the same piece of land. One thing that we should also observe is that some crops are very shady. Shady crop, you cannot apply the two. Assuming you want to plant cassava, you see, when cassava gets to about 1 month old, it becomes over shady. So when it's too shady, you cannot plant any crops in between the cassava. Like when you have cocoa, and the cocoa is about 2 years, 3 years, the shady become too much, and you cannot plant another crops in between that cocoa. But when the cocoa is 1 year old, 2 years old, you can plant those vegetable in between the farm. So after 2 years, planting vegetable like okra, garden eggs, tomatoes in a cocoa farm, it's not advisable. It's not advisable. And you see, these crops are very tiny. It is down. Look at how it is. But plantain will go top, and plantain will be okay. But vegetable is not be advisable to do that after 2 years. So you can add. I will advise you to go for another land to do that one separately, so that you get the yield that you want. So that is what I can educate the farmers to do that. So thank you for watching Frenat Farms. Thank you very much. In conclusion, I want to assure the farmers or educate the farmers that multi-purpose farming is the best. When you want to go into livestock, the same thing. Don't use only one. Apply all the two. So when you apply, there's more than one crop or more livestock in your farming, then the yield or the production will increase for you, and you get more money. So let's try this, and you never regret in entering to agriculture or farming.